What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Guys, I have some news for you because I have now decided that we're going to make a second channel for music reactions. Just because I kind of want to keep this channel to like or regular reactions and have a second channel for music. So a lot of the requests that you guys have been sending me are going to be on that channel. I think I'm going to post like maybe 3 music reactions every 2 days or something like that. But I'm just letting you guys know that that is on the way, and I'm probably gonna say it in a few videos so that everyone who's been requesting will know that we're moving them to a second channel, which I'm very excited for because I love doing the music reactions. I just didn't want to fill this channel up with them. So I think separating them will be good. So yeah. I'm gonna update you guys on that too, and when we open it up and everything, so you guys can follow me there if you want to. But for now, today we are watching The Most Gangster Pizza CEO, Little Caesars. I've never been to Little Caesars. I don't even think it's like overseas. I think it's only an American thing, right? Maybe. I don't know, but I've never been to a Little Caesars. I know what it is because I've heard of it many times. So I'm guessing it's a very good pizza place. There was something else I was gonna say. Wait. I don't remember what I was gonna say. It'll come to me. Yeah. But oh yeah, that the last video that I watched was so traumatizing that I hope that this is going to like brighten up the night a little bit because jeez. Jeez. It was a rough start for today's videos, but let's see what this is about.
I started looking into this company because it was a staple in my childhood growing up poor, and I liked cheap pizza, and boy did it take some unexpected turns. Today we're talking about Little
I mean, who doesn't like cheap pizza?
And boy did it take some unexpected turns. Today we're talking about Little Caesars Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 types of people on the planet. There are people that like Little Caesars, and there's people that lack critical thinking skills. Buh! Little Caesars is not good pizza. Buh! Okay, nobody said it was. They said it was hot, ready, and it cost $5, okay? Nobody in their right mind is walking into Little Caesars, seeing an entire case of already cooked pizzas that are hot, ready, and cost...
What is Little Caesars? What? Are the pizzas already done? I'm confused.
$5 and are thinking to themselves, wow, I bet that pizza is absolutely delicious, okay? And if you think that, guess what? I've got a dress shirt to sell you that I wore while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon, which is banned, by the way, which in hindsight's a horrible example because I actually did wear this shirt while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon.
Oh man, it tastes so much better knowing how much paperwork went into getting.
First one to finish a White Claw in the Pentagon.
Suck it. Son of a bitch.
Also, in my defense, before it even gets brought up in the comment section, I did not get to choose the type of alcohol, okay? I would have chose Busch Light all day and tomorrow, but when life gives you White Claws in the basement of the Pentagon, you chug them. That's my bad, disregard. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across to you is nobody's...
What is going on in his life? Okay.
He's going to Little Caesars because they want really good pizza, okay? Little Caesars is for mom that has been working 40 hours a week and is driving home and doesn't want to cook dinner. And then she sees a Little Caesars and is like, holy shit, I can feed myself, my husband, and my 2 kids for $6.99 by buying a pizza, crazy bread, and marinara sauce. Okay, and the craziest part about that everybody has to respect is the fact that Little Caesars pizza has been $5 since 1997, okay? It is the Arizona tea of the pizza world. Whoever runs...
I mean, pizza for $5, I don't care what it tastes like, I'm buying it. Also, that looks delicious.
Since 1997, okay? It is the Arizona tea of the pizza world. Whoever runs Little Caesars and Arizona tea should be put in charge of the US economy. And we're gonna talk about how they managed to keep the prices that low right after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go get it now. Love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.
1 hour later.
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What is this?
The boombox.
No, I wanted something to play music with.
Oh, that kind of boombox. Yeah, I got this instead.
Okay, we'll go to the store and get me a boombox so I can listen to music.
Can I keep this one still?
I don't care.
This video is brought to you by Delete Me. Okay, super simple business model. You give them money, they turn around and they make sure that online data brokers are not selling your personal.
I love how, like, I don't know why, but you guys see the gun safe in the back? In one video, I thought it was a fridge. That's like how uncommon this is to me, and I have no idea what that means. Like, boombox and that, no correlation in my brain whatsoever.
Personal information online. Okay, here's the deal. Pretty much anytime you use a free service on the internet and you click that little box that says I agree to the terms and conditions, you've basically just agreed to allow them to harvest as much of your personal information as humanly possible. They then turn around code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins on July 20th, 1929, when a young Mike Ilitch is born, the son of two first-generation immigrants. Like pretty much everybody born at this point in time, he grows up, he ends up joining the military, and he ends up becoming a United States Marine. Serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, meets a young lady by the name of Marion, ends up marrying her. Then he ends up playing pro baseball for the Detroit Tigers, the New York Yankees, and the Washington Senators. Unfortunately, he ends up getting a knee injury and is forced into early retirement. At this point, that was like everything he was banking on, and he just has to start taking whatever jobs he can find. He's working as a handyman. He's working as a door-to-door salesman for aluminum awnings, literally just doing whatever he can do to get by. So him and his wife end up saving up $10,000, and they want to use that money to start up their own pizza place. And that's exactly what they do. And whenever you start
With $10,000? I wonder if nowadays you could start a business with $10,000. I mean, I guess. I don't know if I'd have the brains for that. But that's cool.
a new business, the first thing you do is come up with a name. And Mike wanted to call it Pizza Treat, and his wife chimes in, is like, no, I hate that name. I want to name the restaurant after my pet name for you, Little Caesar. Which is weird because Mike is average height, he was 5'9", Caesar was only 5'7", and Mike is significantly taller than his wife, so I don't know why she would come up with the name Little Caesar. Wait, Little Caesar always depicted by stabbing his spear into a pie. Wait, pull up a picture of the Little Caesar. Holy shit.
That's a peanut.
Wait, was this a Marine Corps dick joke the entire time? I'm conflicted. On one hand, my childhood is ruined, but on the other hand, it's a multi-billion-dollar Marine Corps dick joke, which is just perfect. I wonder if Melinda Gates is who came up with the name Microsoft. Sorry, we're getting way off track. Little Caesars was originally Little Caesars Pizza Treat, and it opened up in 1959, and their slogan was...
Have you guys noticed that he literally speaks so fast, but it's like the perfect fast for your brain to process it? It's just, I don't know, it's perfect.
Caesars was originally Little Caesars Pizza Treat, and it opened up in 1959, and their slogan was Pizza Pizza, which is the most Marine Corps slogan of all time. Just say whatever it is twice. Except, of course, in Canada, Pizza Pizza was already trademarked, so they had to go with quality instead.
Nerd alert!
Let me hear you say,
Right out of the gate, their first restaurant is a huge success, and they end up franchising and getting another location open within the first 3 years. Then they start opening up Little Caesars all over the country. It's a huge chain, and somewhere along this line, they end up ditching the original name of Little Caesars Pizza Treat and just shorten it to Little Caesar, which I'm never going to be able to say the same ever again now. Is this why the breadsticks are so thin? So business is going great. They start opening up restaurants all over the United States. They've even got some up there in Canada. They keep the company privately owned so they get to make all the decisions. Everything's going great. They're making a ton of money, at which point Mike sets his sights on going and buying the favorite team that he played for when he was a professional baseball player, the Detroit Tigers. He wants to own the entire team, and he's got the money to do it. But in 1998, the CEO of Domino's, his direct competitor, bought the team out from underneath him.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, this is a Marine. This is shots fired. This means absolute war. So what ends up happening is Mike still wants to own a sports team. So what he does instead is he ends up buying the Detroit Red Wings, the hockey team, and under his command, they do great, start winning a bunch of games.
This is becoming so regular, we should just have Michigan Day at the White House when the Red Wings come.
The Tigers, on the other hand, are doing absolutely terrible under the ownership of the CEO of Domino's, so he's forced to sell, and by 1992, Mike is able to buy the Detroit Tigers as well. And under his ownership, the Detroit Tigers start doing awesome as well, but
I didn't even know that you can buy a whole team. Like, I don't understand how that works.
Mike is not about to forget what the CEO of Domino's did.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
So in 1993, right after he bought the Detroit Tigers, Mike launches the Big campaign for Little Caesars, which kicks off what is today known as the Pizza Wars. At this point in time, there's 3 major pizza chain restaurants in the United States of America. You've got Little Caesars, Domino's, and Pizza Hut.
How does it make you feel? It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
And Little Caesars comes up with a
We don't have Papa John's here neither, but there is this one person that makes like videos that works for Papa John's, and I absolutely love watching the videos. He just makes the pizzas, like, you know, it's like kind of from his perspective while he's making the pizzas. The most entertaining thing ever. I don't know, but I could watch that all day.
Brilliant marketing plan of what if we just sold big ass pizzas. So they had their big promotion where they just sold a massive pizza and said that it was bigger than all the other pizzas on the market. That went so well and they made so much money that they actually started to make more money than Domino's, at which point Pizza Hut fired back by launching their Sasquatch pizza. And then Domino's came in with their Dominator pizza. It was literally a nuclear arms race of the pizza world. It was the golden age of pizza fast food. Then in 1997, after the pizza wars subsided, Little Caesars...
This is kind of funny. It's kind of like the pizza places are like, you know, nosy neighbors that are like, what are they doing? Well, I'll do this and I'll do that. I like it.
Just needed to have their next big promotion, and what they went with was hot and ready. They decided to shift the entire direction of the company. They weren't going to focus on dine-in. They weren't going to have dine-in at all. They weren't going to deliver. It was going to be, you can walk in, pick up your pizza. Not only can you pick up the pizza, it's going to be there, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be ready. It's already done, and it's cheap as fuck. It's brilliant. It's cheap, it's fast, it's highly effective. You're a mom taking her kid to soccer practice, and you forgot, oh shit, it was my turn this week to bring the food to feed all the kids after soccer practice, and then you drive by, see a Little Caesars, and know that you can pick up 5 pizzas for like $30. The day is saved. And only focusing on pickup is actually part of the reason that the food is so cheap, because the buildings don't need to be that big. They can occupy these little tiny commercial areas because all they need is a kitchen and like a 3-foot wide area with a cash register for people to pay when they pick up their pizza. You're not wasting money on a dining area, you're not wasting money on delivery drivers, and that's a big part of why they managed to keep the pizza price at $5. On top of that, they did everything
Honestly, genius.
as cheaply as possible. Their marinara sauce is literally from concentrate, so the employees just dump this can of concentrated tomato paste in and mix it with water, and that's what the sauce is. And then they use the cheapest...
Ooh, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. But what is that? It doesn't look very appetizing.
Of concentrated tomato paste in and mix it with water, and that's what the sauce is. And then they use the cheapest cheese they could get their hands on. And then for the dough is actually the good part, because the dough is actually made fresh every single day, because buying pre-made dough was more expensive than just making dough in-house. So the dough is actually really fresh, and that's why the crazy breadsticks are so good.
Got all this large pie and the crazy bread and the sauce for $6.
Somehow they managed to keep the price of the pizza $5 flat until 2022. It literally took a global pandemic that forced people to stay in their houses and not interact with people to get them to raise the price of their pizza. That's incredible. Okay, just for the record, gas prices alone...
That disappoints me. That disappoints me, but I mean, yeah, I guess I was thinking it like $5 for a pizza is so cheap. Couldn't be nowadays. No, couldn't.
Went up 231% during that same time frame. We're not even going to talk about the housing market, and somehow these guys managed to keep the pizza at $5. And guess how much they were forced to raise the pizza price by in 2022? 55 cents. The pizza is now, to this day, still $5.55. And in exchange for the price increase, you got 33% more pepperoni on your pizza. Okay, and why does this happen? For the same exact reason that it happened with Arizona Tea. Okay, it is a privately owned company. They are not worried about getting more money for all of their shareholders. Once the owner has enough money to go out and buy all of his favorite sports teams, there's no reason to raise the price on the product, right? As long as he's still making money, he's happy. So that's exactly what he keeps doing. Okay, is Little Caesars cutting corners on the pizza? Yeah, it's their entire business model is to make the cheapest pizza possible, okay? But unlike most other companies, Little Caesars takes all that cost savings and passes it along to the customer, not giving it to their shareholders. Buh! I don't care if it's cheap, it still tastes like cardboard. Buh! You know what? Keyboard warriors would know exactly what cardboard tastes like, wouldn't you? I bet you could differentiate brands of Windows by the taste. And you know what? I'm willing to concede. Is Little Caesars the best pizza if I'm judging by taste? Absolutely not. But you know what? It still tastes better than Italian pizza.
Not great. It's not hard.
I mean, there's like it's quite difficult to mess up pizza. It's cheese, tomato sauce, and a dough. I think I'd be very happy with a Little Caesar's pizza, honestly. But do they just have one type of pizza? Like, is it just a pepperoni one, or do they have different types of pizzas?
you're gonna get fat.
Ugh, how can you even say that? The Italians literally invented pizza, and that's how it's supposed to be. Italian pizza has to be the best by default. Buh. A, no it doesn't. B, that doesn't even make sense, okay? You can say what you want about Little Caesars pizza, but at least they figured out how to spread the cheese evenly. Okay, Italian pizza is literally like, what if I had bread with tomato paste all over it, and then I threw 4 giant cheese balls on top? Okay, no, why would you do that? I want the next bite of pizza to taste exactly like the last bite of pizza, because pizza's fucking delicious. Okay, I don't care if the Italians did it first. They did it wrong, okay? Just because something's first doesn't mean it's the best or the right way to do something, okay? The Model T was the first mass manufactured car. That doesn't mean that the Model T is better than my F-150. But it gets better, because not only did Mike manage to keep the price of the pizzas low simply because he could afford to and he's a good guy, he also took a ton of the profits that he made because he was making so much money and did a bunch of philanthropy. He created the Little Caesars Love Kitchen, which was a mobile Little Caesars that they would drive into natural disaster areas and give out free food to people. He helped with veterans charities. He funded youth hockey leagues. In 1994, when Rosa Parks was attacked because she lived on the bad side of town, Mike heard about this and then got her into a nicer apartment on a nicer side of town and paid her rent for the rest of her life and never even told anybody. Dude didn't do it for PR, didn't do it for the good press, literally just did it because it was the right thing to do, and nobody found out about it until he passed away. And when he did pass away in 2017 at the age of 87 years old, his widow became one of the wealthiest women in the entire country. Okay, that's the American dream. Dude goes off, serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, finds a beautiful girl, marries her, plays professional baseball, blows out his knee, dreams are ruined, doesn't give up on himself. Goes out, starts a business, makes so much fucking money that he buys the sports team he used to play for and a couple of other sports teams. Does it all without being greedy, cutting corners to screw over his customer. He cuts corners to save the customer money so even poor people can afford to buy their kids pizza. And then with all the extra money he makes, he does a bunch of charity work and then dies at 87 years old, leaving his widow a billionaire like a complete fucking gangster. And the cherry on
Yeah, we need more people like this. I love it.
top, the entire thing was based off of one big elaborate multi-billion-dollar dick joke, which is a title that only a Marine could achieve. This video is so unhinged, I don't even know how to end it. I guess just like, be like Mike, you know, never give up on yourself, never compromise your morals to make more money. If you can do charity work along the way, that's great. And apparently making dick jokes works. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
I love that.
Somebody's going to take that advice too literal, and there's going to be a new pizza chain called Girth Brooks. I guarantee it.
Somebody do that. Is there more? Is there more? Wait.
1982 passed away at age 87. This afternoon, we ask that you join in a moment of silence to honor his memory.
You'll never discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Mike and Marion had the courage to lose sight of the shore and discover new oceans. They kept pushing Detroit, and it had not been for them, I am saying Detroit would not be in the Renaissance that they're in now.
I just want to be remembered as a good father and somebody who loves Detroit. You know, I like to be remembered as for the people that know me as a decent guy.
How wholesome is this man? I love that. I love that. I love that. I wish all business owners were like that. That was beautiful. These people are the type of people that inspire one to do good, and I absolutely love that. I think I'm so glad that I heard this story, because I would have never thought what's behind Little Caesars if it wasn't for the fat electrician. Either way, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope you liked it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!